provided resources immediately for teachers to be able to use.
Teachers have their own website, so we can go on there and look at it.
They can actually literally show us what they're talking about, like on the board, and we can follow along, so it's more interactive that way.
It's allowed for me to have a more student-centered classroom.
Understanding a bit more about the classes and fixing my work, so then they're giving me a little bit more work to progress gradually instead of just doing the same.
Been lots of blogs, especially in science, we've had to do. And you have to create more from scratch instead of having set guidelines. It's whatever you want.
Well, we can use the computers. We can like go on Google Docs and use blogs on it if I need help on something. Or teachers have their own websites we can just look off of for our criteria.
Students have their own individual blog. What I like about that is the students are able to go back and see the process of their learning and how their learning has grown or changed because it's all archived for them in their blog, which is something that's been exciting.
This is an obvious one. I think we've had teachers who have accessed the technology and digital literacy.
In my classroom, so students watch instructional videos at home where they can be successful. And I think that's helped in their understanding because they can ask questions right away instead of waiting and then not doing it and then getting frustrated.
Like more of the lessons and overall learning is more involved in quite a few projects on the computer with blogs and Wordles and creating charts and stuff online instead of on paper, so it's a lot more online active.
Also, teachers can tell if you haven't done your work more, so you have to do your work instead of just making something up at the last second.
A big change that I've seen in students is the fact that because they have access to each other's blogs, they're able to read and question their peers more.
I think it's more fun because everyone likes to do stuff on technology, and just being able to go on the computer and go type a paper, and not every kid has the opportunity to do that.
In the classroom a few minutes ago, and every single one of the students was engaged in doing research on their laptop in the classroom at the time, so that
yeah, it's easier to take homework home and schedule all of your homework now that we have the computers.
A bit more engaged than I was, because when I hadn't got off one-to-one with you, I was still putting off work and doing one specified work area, and then I hadn't really worked on any other areas, and I felt
Say, oh, I lost the criteria, so I don't know what I was supposed to do. No, you didn't. It's right there for you. I think that helps in writing stuff, and I know I can get things done a lot faster and more efficiently than on a computer than I can handwritten.
I do see a lot of our students doing things with computers that I don't know that they would be doing otherwise.
For every student in my classroom to have a voice and have a voice to be heard, even though possible to stay current upon everything that you can be doing with one-to-one, and sometimes students know more about it than you do, but you just have to be willing to put yourself out there and take a risk and try new things to see if it's affecting student learning and growth, rather than not trying something because you're afraid that you're going to fail.
They're doing the best they can with what they know, and they're busy, and so knowing more or going out and finding more resources is going to take time. I think this upcoming Professional Learning Day, we're going to try to provide some help as far as how they might utilize technology with the RTI process. In the RTI process, I think in January and February, when our digital literacy team is providing the PL, I think we're going to see some more direct application opportunities.
The right things and produce the right things. So I guess being willing as a teacher to know that they're going to control their learning a little bit more. It's not going to be all teacher-centered, it'll become more student-centered with the direction of learning. I think that we have to look at what's being done within our curriculum and how teachers are using it, what they're asking students to do.
I really think it has to be a conscious decision on the part of the teacher to say, hey, I can take a step back and not do this because I want to replace it with this, which is a better process. But if we're just using technology so we can say we use technology, then I don't think we're getting anywhere. I think we really have to be mindful about how we're going to apply, how we're going to infuse new technology into that lesson that we're going to design, and I think that's going to take